What if I told you that people ignore you more often than you think, and it has nothing to do with what you're saying, but rather how you're saying it? You've probably experienced it before. Someone starts talking to you, and you find your mind wandering, or you're scrolling through your phone, and you're not even aware of it. Think about that for a second. How many times have you been in a conversation, and you're not really listening, you're just waiting for your turn to speak? This phenomenon is closely related to a concept known as emotional resonance, which was explored by psychologist Elizabeth Loftus, who studied how our emotions influence our perceptions and memories. Although her work didn't directly focus on ignoring others, it sheds light on how our emotional state can affect our interactions with others. Imagine being in a conversation, and the other person is not really listening to you, they're just nodding along, waiting for you to finish, so they can respond. It's a pretty frustrating feeling, right? You start to wonder if you're just not interesting enough, or if there's something wrong with you. You're watching Mind Unlocked, where we decode the hidden patterns of the human mind. The truth is, people ignore each other all the time, and it's not always because they're not interested, but rather because they're not emotionally invested in the conversation. And here is the part that hits close to home. You've probably done this to someone else before, without even realizing it. You were distracted, or your mind was elsewhere, and you just weren't present in the conversation. You have probably done this before. You're talking to someone, and you're not really listening, you're just going through the motions. Think about the last time you were in a conversation, and you found your mind wandering. What were you thinking about? Were you thinking about what you were going to say next, or were you thinking about something completely different? And then there's the role of technology. With notifications and social media, it's easy to get distracted and ignore the person right in front of you. But here is where it gets scary. What if people are ignoring you, not because they're distracted, but because you're just not that interesting?
What if you're just not funny or entertaining, and that's why people are tuning you out?
It's a pretty harsh reality, but it's something we need to consider. You need to think about how you're coming across to others, and whether you're really connecting with them. And nobody talks about this part, but it's the emotional labor that goes into being present in a conversation. It's hard work to really listen to someone and to be fully engaged. But that's what it takes to really connect with someone and to avoid being ignored. You need to be willing to put in the effort to be present and to really listen. So next time you find yourself in a conversation and you catch yourself zoning out, take a step back and try to refocus. Think about the other person and what they're trying to communicate. And then, try to respond in a way that's meaningful and engaging. It's not always easy, but it's worth it if you want to build real connections with others. So next time you feel like you're being ignored, don't get defensive, get curious, and try to understand what's really going on. Subscribe to Mind Unlocked for more insights into how your mind really works.